Plush Central's Panel of the People is brought to you by the Plush Central government, a true democratic nation for the people, of the people, and by the people.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Plush Central's Panel of the People. I am your head moderator, Lauren Swirls, returning once again with my good friend, Ellie. Please join us in welcoming today's new set of panelists for today's new and less hot topic discussion. That depends on how it's discussed.
On my right today are Sparkles, Bearville's senator, and Joshua, a new citizen of Plush Central. They are joined by our very own vice president, Mr. Bear, and Emerson of the Girl Scouts of Plush Central. They are here today to discuss the latest top question our government has been tackling. Should Plush Central develop a new constitution? I'm interested to see how we'll begin.
Yes. It's a topic of very extreme concern in our government.
We just went along with the other nations' laws with no regard for our own people.
Our Constitution means something different to everyone. Some of us like having the freedom to vote for our own people, but there are some who don't.
I would like to build off on what you just said, Joss. Since it means something different to everyone, it should be the people's decision to alter or abolish it.
It's funny, Ellie. This is a topic that I'm actually comfortable to discuss and express my opinion, but our audience wants to know what a change in our system of laws will do for us going forward.
I'm not fluent in the topic of laws.
You don't have to be, Ellie. I think the main topic of concern is Plush Central trying to develop new ways of interpreting and understanding the laws that we followed since we're technically living in another system of government.
Why do we follow the laws of the other nation instead of making our own anyways? Doesn't that make us look lazy?
Not necessarily, Joss. I do, however, think that changing some of our laws so that everyone can understand them is important.
As a member of the government, I would like you to elaborate on this, please, Emerson. I like what you're saying, and I'm sticking to it.
I agree with you as well, Emerson. We don't have to completely reform our system of laws. We just have to change some confusion.
I'm wondering how Plush Central should begin fixing confusion. Like, what specific laws need some clearing up?
We got rid of the Plush Central Holiday Restrictions Act of 2022 after court ruled in favor of Buzz and Jessie. Perhaps we should make the Anti-Discrimination Act clearer because of what happened in that case. I mean, I'm no government official, but it definitely needs some clearing up.
Plush Central's handling of the multiverse is also very confusing. Ever since we discovered that Rick was messing things up, the government only allowed authorized people to travel the multiverse. But who is actually authorized?
Those are all great places to start. However, I'd like to further explore the origins of Plush Central law and why we may or may not need to change our constitution.
I agree, Ellie. Knowing what laws need some tweaking is good, but our main topic of concern deals with the entire system of our laws.
I do feel as though we have become lazy in just simply following laws that were already set in place without second thoughts.
It seems that American law divides people more than bringing them together, especially when dealing with a former president. Plush Central needs laws that at least a majority of the citizens would be in favor of. In other words, we need more unity.
I think we should discuss this whole Treaty of Toys thing, since it's our own law and not everybody is in favor of it.
The treaty itself has to do with alliances with our neighbors, Josh. I don't see how it has anything to do with our discussion.
If I may counter that, Emerson, I think discussing our laws versus American laws will further our discussion. What do you think, Ellie?
I say it's worth discussing since it's a current event.
My apologies. I didn't realize it actually had something to do with the main topic. Now that you mention it, the treaty separates us from other systems of government and shows that we don't need to completely reform our constitution.
I'm sorry to delay the discussion, but Mr. Bear, you're needed at the rally in a few minutes.
Yes, dear. I'm aware of this.
Are you serious? Does everything have to happen right in the middle of the show?
I thought my advertisement in the second episode was enough. I guess not.
There should be a new law discussing what happens when shows get interrupted.
What's that going to accomplish?
Look, I didn't come here to start a fight. I just came in here to tell Mr. Bear about the rally. Guess I should use my phone instead.
Or just remind him the day before.
Oh, shoot! The rally! I didn't realize it was the same day. I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry.
I guess that means it's time for our PSA break. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Hello, everyone. You may remember me from the second episode of Plush Central's Panel of the People. Well, now I've been nominated by the people of our nation to serve as your next president after President Merida's term ends this year. As your hopeful new president, my overall goal is to finish what she started by reforming our democracy and the awakening of the multiverse with its dangers and blessings. I hope you will consider to vote for me, Henry Hoplin, as your president this election day.
Abominable! Dude, you think that's silly? Do I look abominable to you? Hi, I'm Yeti the abominable, or should try the adorable snowman, running for president of Plush Central after our lovely President Merida's term finally ends this year. Now, would you want a frog to be your president? A frog, of all people! That's just silly! Henry Hoplin is running against me, and he promises to do what President Merida finished. What did she finish? What is she trying to finish? I don't understand it. We need to make more sense of what we're talking about here. As your if I am elected president, I would vow to bring back Plush Central's Holiday Restrictions Act of 2020. What was it? I don't know when it was. Okay. Okay, I'll be better than Henry Hoplin, okay? I didn't really think this through.
By the way, I am, Rapunzel, the vice president running with Henry Hoplin. I just didn't get the memo that I was supposed to be here for that commercial. You were supposed to be here 2 days ago. Okay, I slept in, alright? I had a cold.
Welcome back to Plush Central's Panel of the People. We left off with our panelists debating if Plush Central should develop a new constitution or not.
It looks like discussing the new law Plush Central has created has answered the question clearly.
At the rally, I spoke about how uniting our communities together would help strengthen our message across the world and help us combat the chaos of the Plushverse.
Plush Central has given our people the right to develop a better sense of what laws are necessary for us and what laws need improvement or just need to go altogether. I still think we've kind of become lazy sticking to American laws that have us questioning everything over the last few years, especially up until now.
I think we just need to make some adjustments to the laws we have, are understanding to us all, and are fair. We have to think those laws we follow were created long before our time.
American history is quite a topic of discussion, but not for this panel. It's for the classes.
I stand with everyone here. There's no right or wrong answer to this question of concern. It's more about making things more clear.
I agree, Sparkles. I can see every side to this argument.
Again, I may not be fluent with laws, but I can say that making them easier to understand and interpret is important for us to continue on with our political reform.
Maybe we should invite Strawberry Poppy back, even though she wasn't supposed to appear on the show at all.
Why do you think that, Lauren?
She's in politics like Mr. Bear is. She's the Speaker of our own House of Representatives, after all. Her story would add to our discussion significantly.
Lauren, we'd have to make this episode a lot longer than it already is. I think it's a good topic for another time.
I guess so. It just means more production ideas for me and Louise to work on.
Oh, dear. Can't we just resolve this peacefully? Hey, get back here! Is that my sister? Oh, Lord! I've gotta go again. This just got personal.
What was that? Talk about a rude awakening.
I see why some of us want new laws. Our neighbors can be nothing but trouble.
You said you wanted me back in?
Sorry, Poppy. I'm afraid we're out of time. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Plush Central's Panel of the People.
As always, our email box is open for new questions and requests to join our panelists. I'm Ellie, signing off. I've got to try to get that pumpkin spice Lauren likes so much.